Imagine, if you will, a galaxy where every alien species knows one thing for certain: never ever mess with the Deathworlders. And today, dear listeners, we're going to find out why. Welcome to the story of the day Deathworlders stopped playing nice, a legend that echoes through the cosmos and sends shivers down the spines of even the most formidable extraterrestrials. In the unfathomable depths of the Milky Way, where stars ignite and galaxies collide, there exists a rare and terrifying classification of planets known as Deathworlds. These aren't your typical celestial bodies. They're nightmarish realms where every breath is a battle and survival is a constant struggle. Imagine worlds where the very air you breathe could be toxic, where oceans boil with acid, and where the slightest misstep could mean a gruesome end. These Deathworlds are teeming with life forms that have evolved to be as deadly as the environments they inhabit. Picture snakes the size of school buses, their scales glinting like obsidian as they slither through dense primordial jungles, ready to swallow unwary explorers whole. Envision carnivorous plants with tendrils like razor wire, lying in wait to ensnare and devour anything that ventures too close. And then there are the weather patterns: storms that can level mountains, tsunamis that can drown continents, and temperatures that fluctuate from scorching to freezing in a matter of hours. And among these Deathworlds, one stands out as particularly infamous: Earth, the cradle of humanity. For millennia, we humans have fought tooth and nail against the relentless challenges of our home planet. We've faced down saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths, survived ice ages and volcanic eruptions, and even waged war against each other, all in the name of survival. Through it all, we've honed our skills, forged our resilience, and sharpened our ingenuity to a razor's edge. But little did the rest of the galaxy know. Our trials on Earth were merely a training ground, a crucible that tempered us into a force to be reckoned with. As we ventured into the cosmos, we carried with us the hard-won lessons of our death world. Ready to put our skills to the test on an interstellar scale, the universe would soon learn that humanity, born from the fires of Earth, was a force to be reckoned with, a species that could not only survive but thrive in the face of the galaxy's deadliest challenges. It all began with what seemed like a routine trade negotiation. The Galactic Council, a powerful governing body comprised of diverse alien species, had caught wind of Earth's abundant resources and rapidly advancing technologies. Intrigued by the potential of this seemingly insignificant blue planet, they dispatched a delegation to assess our worth and, if possible, exploit it. The delegation arrived with all the pomp and circumstance of interstellar royalty. Their spaceship, a marvel of alien engineering, descended from the heavens like a gleaming metallic comet, casting a shadow over one of our most bustling metropolises. The crowd below watched in awe and trepidation as the vessel touched down, its hull shimmering like a mirage in the sunlight. A ramp extended from the ship, and out stepped the alien delegates. They were unlike anything we had ever seen. Tall, willowy figures with skin that seemed to shift colors like opals under the light. Their eyes were pools of liquid silver, reflecting the world around them with an otherworldly gleam. The leader of the delegation, Ambassador Zor-El, approached the human representatives with an air of superiority, his voice resonating like the tinkling of crystal. "Greetings, humans," Zor-El declared, his tone a mix of curiosity and thinly veiled condescension. "We come in peace, seeking to establish trade relations. Your planet is rich in resources, and we are willing to offer you protection." The human representatives exchanged puzzled glances. Protection? From what, exactly? Earth had its share of problems: terrorism, climate change, political strife. But what could possibly be worse out there in the vast, unknown galaxy? President Maria Rodriguez, a seasoned leader known for her unyielding resolve, stepped forward to address Zor-El. Her eyes narrowed as she studied the alien ambassador, her voice steady and firm. "We appreciate the offer, Ambassador," she said, "but we've faced our share of threats right here on Earth. We can handle ourselves." Zor-El's lips curled into a smirk, and he exchanged amused glances with his fellow delegates. Clearly, they found our bravado entertaining, perhaps even quaint. "Very well," he replied, his voice dripping with patronizing indulgence. "But know this: the galaxy is a dangerous place, filled with perils beyond your comprehension. A young species like yours could use our guidance." Little did they know, their arrogance would soon come back to bite them, for beneath our seemingly fragile exterior, humanity possessed a resilience forged in the fires of our own Deathworld. We had battled against insurmountable odds, survived cataclysmic events, and emerged stronger each time. The Galactic Council would soon learn that underestimating Earth and its inhabitants was a grave mistake. Over the next few weeks, tensions escalated between the Galactic Council and humanity. The aliens, believing they could intimidate us into submission, began making increasingly audacious demands. They sought unrestricted access to our natural resources, influence over our governments, and even control over our technological advancements. To them, our kindness was a sign of weakness, our diplomacy a symptom of naivety. They saw us as a primitive species, ripe for exploitation. But they were about to learn a valuable lesson. Never underestimate a Deathworlder. The turning point came when the Council issued their most brazen demand yet. They insisted that we hand over control of our global defense systems. They cloaked their intentions in the guise of protection, claiming they needed to ensure we wouldn't accidentally start an interstellar war. But we saw through their deception. They were trying to disarm us, to leave us vulnerable and at their mercy. President Maria Rodriguez, her eyes blazing with determination, addressed the Galactic Council via a holographic transmission. Her voice was steely with resolve, each word a testament to the unyielding spirit of humanity. "We've been pushed around long enough," she declared. "It's time to show the galaxy what we're made of. We will not be disarmed, and we will not be controlled. This is our planet, and we will defend it." Her words echoed through the halls of power, both on Earth and across the stars. The gauntlet had been thrown, and the Galactic Council, their pride wounded, decided it was time to teach the upstart humans a lesson. They dispatched a formidable fleet to Earth, a show of force intended to strike fear into our hearts and bring us to our knees. But they were in for a surprise. As the alien armada descended upon our skies, they were met with a sight that sent shockwaves through their ranks. Earth's nations, once divided, had united under a single banner. Our cities, once vulnerable, were now fortified with cutting-edge defenses, the result of decades of innovation and ingenuity. Our people, once seen as weak, stood tall and defiant, ready to fight for their home. The Galactic Council had underestimated us, believing that a species born on a death world could be easily subjugated. But they were about to discover the true strength of humanity, a strength forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by the trials of our own world. We were not a species to be trifled with, and we were ready to prove it. The stage was set for a battle that would echo through the annals of galactic history. A battle that would show the universe the true mettle of Earth and its inhabitants. As the alien fleet descended upon our planet, humanity sprang into action, with a coordinated precision that spoke volumes about our resolve. We had been preparing for this moment ever since the Galactic Council first revealed their true intentions. Across the globe, hidden bunkers and underground facilities long kept secret hummed to life. Scientists, engineers, and soldiers worked tirelessly, their faces etched with determination as they readied our defenses. In the skies, squadrons of advanced fighter jets roared to life, their afterburners leaving trails of fire as they streaked across the horizon. Pilots, their faces grim and focused, took to the air, ready to defend their home at any cost. These were not ordinary aircraft. They were the pinnacle of human ingenuity, equipped with cutting-edge technology designed to level the playing field against our extraterrestrial foes. On the ground, troops armed with state-of-the-art weapons and armor prepared to face the enemy head-on, Soldiers stood shoulder to shoulder, their eyes gleaming with a fierce determination born from generations of struggle and survival. They were the embodiment of humanity's unyielding spirit, ready to fight for every inch of their planet. And in the shadows, a different kind of battle was being waged. Hackers and cyber warfare specialists worked tirelessly to disrupt the Council's communications and sabotage their systems. Their fingers danced over keyboards, lines of code flashing across screens, as they sought to turn the aliens' advanced technology against them. Every keystroke was a blow struck for humanity, a testament to our ingenuity and adaptability. We were outnumbered, outgunned, and facing an enemy with technology far beyond our own. But we had something the aliens didn't: the indomitable spirit of a Deathworlder. We had fought against impossible odds before, battling natural disasters, predators, and even ourselves. We had honed our skills, forged our resilience, and sharpened our ingenuity in the crucible of our own world. As the first alien ships entered our atmosphere, they were met with a barrage of fire from our ground-based defenses. Missiles streaked through the sky, their contrails crisscrossing like a deadly web. In the air, our fighter jets engaged the enemy in a dance of death, their pilots pushing their machines to the limit as they fought to protect their home. On the ground, our troops stood firm, their weapons blazing as they faced down the alien invaders. And in the shadows, our cyber warriors struck at the very heart of the enemy's command structure, sowing chaos and confusion in their ranks. The battle for Earth had begun, and humanity was ready to show the galaxy what we were made of. We would not go down without a fight, and we would prove to the Galactic Council that underestimating a Deathworlder was a grave mistake. The first wave of the alien fleet screamed through our atmosphere, their ships like meteors streaking across the sky, leaving trails of fire and devastation in their wake. They rained down plasma fire and energy blasts, decimating cities and turning once thriving landscapes into smoldering wastelands. Buildings crumbled, and the air filled with the acrid scent of burning metal and scorched earth. But humanity was not about to go down without a fight. Our fighter jets, piloted by the bravest and most skilled among us, roared into the skies, their engines howling like battle cries. These pilots were the elite, their reflexes honed to razor-sharp precision, their resolve unbreakable. They darted and weaved through the alien formations, their missiles and guns blazing, leaving trails of destruction in their wake. Each downed alien ship was a testament to their skill and courage, a defiant roar against the invaders who sought to conquer our world. On the ground, our troops fought with a ferocity that shocked the alien invaders. We used our intimate knowledge of the terrain to our advantage, setting up ambushes and traps that caught the enemy off guard. In the dense forests, our soldiers melded with the shadows, striking from the cover of foliage before disappearing like ghosts. In the deserts, they used the harsh environment to their advantage, luring the aliens into deadly sandstorms and hidden quicksand pits. And in the cities, our troops fought street by street, building by building, their weapons blazing as they refused to yield even an inch of their home. Meanwhile, in the shadows, our hackers and cyber warfare specialists waged a different kind of war. Their fingers danced over keyboards, lines of code flashing across screens as they sought to disrupt the Council's communications and sabotage their systems. They sent false orders, turning the alien fleet against itself in a chaotic dance of friendly fire. They scrambled targeting systems, causing plasma blasts to miss their marks and energy beams to slice through empty air. And in a stroke of genius, they even managed to turn some of the aliens' own weapons against them, sending their advanced technology spiraling out of control. But despite our best efforts, the aliens' superior technology and numbers began to take their toll. Our forces were being overwhelmed, their ranks thinning as the relentless onslaught continued. Cities fell, one by one, their skylines reduced to smoldering ruins. Our fighter jets, once a swarm of defiance, were now dwindling in number, their pilots pushing their craft to the limits and beyond, but even their heroic efforts seemed futile against the endless waves of enemy ships. It seemed like all was lost. The Galactic Council's fleet loomed over our world like a dark shadow, their victory seemingly inevitable. But humanity had one last trick up its sleeve, a secret weapon born from the ingenuity and desperation of a species that refused to be conquered. As the alien fleet closed in for the final blow, we prepared to unleash a force that would turn the tide of the battle and show the galaxy the true power of a Deathworlder. Just when things looked their bleakest, a sudden and unexpected ally emerged from the depths of our world. The oceans, which had long been a mystery even to us, churned and foamed as something colossal stirred beneath the surface. From the abyssal depths rose a creature of nightmares and legends, a being long forgotten by humanity, a relic from a time when our planet was young and the galaxy was a very different place. The creature, which we would later come to know as the Leviathan, was a sight to behold. Its body was a mountain of flesh, glistening with an iridescent sheen that seemed to absorb the light around it. Tentacles, each as thick as a skyscraper, writhed and coiled, their tips bristling with razor-sharp barbs. Its eyes blazed with an ancient, otherworldly intelligence, a silent testament to the eons it had spent slumbering in the ocean's dark embrace. Awakened by the AlienInvasion, the Leviathan sensed the threat to its homeworld and rose to join the fight. With a deafening roar that shook the very foundations of the earth, it lashed out at the alien ships. Its tentacles cut through the air like scythes, smashing the invaders' vessels to pieces and sending them crashing to the ground in fiery wreckage. Plasma blasts and energy beams that had once decimated our cities now glanced off the Leviathan's hide, leaving barely a scratch. Inspired by the Leviathan's arrival, our forces redoubled their efforts. The sight of this ancient guardian fighting alongside us reignited our spirits, filling us with a renewed vigor and determination. Our fighter jets, once on the brink of defeat, now soared through the skies with a newfound ferocity, their pilots emboldened by the knowledge that they were not alone in their struggle. On the ground, our troops fought with an intensity that left the alien invaders reeling. Every soldier, every citizen, stood tall and defiant, their weapons blazing as they pushed back against the enemy. The streets echoed with the cries of battle, a symphony of resistance that resonated with the roars of the Leviathan. Together, we fought, inch by inch, reclaiming our cities and our world from the grasp of the Galactic Council. The tide of the battle turned as the Leviathan's tentacles swept through the alien fleet, sending ship after ship plummeting to the earth. Our hackers, their fingers flying over keyboards, exploited the chaos to further disrupt the Council's systems, turning their own technology against them. The combined might of humanity and the Leviathan proved to be an unstoppable force, driving the invaders back with relentless fury. Finally, the alien fleet, once so confident in their superiority, was forced to retreat. Their ships limped back into the void, their hulls scarred and battered, a testament to the resilience and power of a Deathworlder and their ancient ally. As the last of the enemy vessels disappeared into the stars, a cheer erupted from every corner of the globe. We had won, and the galaxy would never underestimate Earth again. As the last of the alien ships disappeared into the void, a deafening cheer rose up from the ranks of our exhausted, battle-weary troops. The sound echoed across the ravaged landscapes, a symphony of triumph and relief that resonated with the very soul of humanity. We had done it. We had faced the might of the Galactic Council and emerged victorious. But our victory had come at a great cost. Cities lay in ruins, their once proud skylines reduced to smoldering heaps of twisted metal and shattered glass. The air was thick with the scent of smoke and the acrid tang of burned-out machinery. Countless lives had been lost, heroes who had given their all to defend their home. The streets were filled with the echoes of their sacrifice, a silent testament to the price of freedom. As we surveyed the devastation, the enormity of the task ahead became clear. Rebuilding would be a long and arduous process, requiring every ounce of our strength, ingenuity, and determination. But amidst the ruins, there was also a sense of hope, a spark of defiance that refused to be extinguished. We knew that we had earned something far more valuable than any resource or technology. respect. News of our victory spread like wildfire throughout the galaxy, carried by the few alien survivors and the Council's own communication networks. Every species in the cosmos now knew the story of how humanity, the upstart Deathworlders, had stood up to the might of the Galactic Council and emerged triumphant. The tale of our defiance echoed through the stars, a beacon of inspiration for all who dared to challenge the status quo. And so, a legend was born. A tale of courage, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of a species that refused to be pushed around. It was a story that would be told and retold for generations to come. A reminder that even the smallest, most seemingly insignificant planet could rise up and defy the odds. Our victory became a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of unity and the unyielding will to survive. In the years that followed, humanity would rebuild, stronger and more united than ever before. Our cities would rise from the ashes, their skylines reaching higher and more magnificent than before. Our people would heal, their scars a badge of honor, a reminder of the battles they had fought and won, and our reputation would spread far and wide, a warning to any who dared to underestimate the children of Earth. The galaxy would come to know us not just as Deathworlders, but as a force to be reckoned with, a species that had faced the darkness and emerged into the light, forever changed, forever stronger. And as we looked to the stars, we knew that our journey was far from over. For we were humanity, and our destiny lay among the stars, a beacon of hope and defiance in the vast, uncharted expanse of the cosmos. In the years that followed our triumphant victory, humanity's place in the galaxy underwent a dramatic and profound shift. No longer were we seen as a primitive backwater species, a mere footnote in the annals of galactic history. Now, we were a force to be reckoned with, a power to be respected and feared, our name whispered with awe and admiration among the stars. The Galactic Council, their pride wounded and their influence significantly diminished, was forced to acknowledge our sovereignty. With gritted teeth and grudging respect, they granted us a seat at their esteemed table, a place among the galaxy's decision-makers. Our voice, once silenced and dismissed, now rang loud and clear, a clarion call for justice and equality. Humanity became a champion for the underdog, a beacon of hope for those who sought to challenge the status quo. We stood up for the rights of lesser-known species, those who had been marginalized and exploited by the Council's tyranny. Our diplomats, skilled and unyielding, fought for fair trade agreements, equal representation, and the protection of the weak against the strong. Our actions sent ripples through the galactic community, inspiring others to stand up and demand change. Our military, tempered in the fires of the alien invasion, became a formidable force, respected and admired throughout the cosmos. We forged alliances with like-minded species, creating a network of mutual defense and cooperation that spanned the stars. Our technological advancements, driven by necessity and innovation, placed us at the forefront of galactic progress. We shared our knowledge freely, believing that the rise of one should lift all. And as for the Leviathan, that ancient and enigmatic guardian of our world, it retreated back into the depths of the ocean. Its ancient slumber, disturbed by the alien invasion, was restored, its massive form once again hidden in the abyssal darkness. But we knew it was there, watching and waiting, a silent sentinel ready to rise again should our planet ever face another threat. Its presence became a part of our collective consciousness, a reminder of the ancient power that protected our world. We honored it, respecting the ocean's depths and the mysteries they held. The Leviathan became a symbol of our connection to Earth, a testament to the ancient and enduring bond between our species and our homeworld. As humanity looked to the stars, we did so with a newfound sense of purpose and destiny. We were no longer just survivors scraping by on a death world. We were pioneers, explorers, and guardians, forging a new path among the stars. Our journey was far from over, but we faced the future with courage, determination, and the unyielding spirit that had defined us from the beginning. The galaxy would never be the same, and humanity would forever be a beacon of hope and defiance in the vast, uncharted expanse of the cosmos. And so, dear listeners, that is the story of the day Deathworlders stopped playing nice. It's a tale of courage, of resilience, and of the power of the human spirit. But it's also a reminder that no matter how small or insignificant we may seem, we all have the power to stand up and make a difference. So the next time you're facing a challenge that seems insurmountable, remember the Deathworlders. Remember that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. And as long as we stand together, there is no obstacle we cannot overcome.